Hi guys, welcome to the last Food for Footy of 2024. It is the 31st of December and it is nearly 5 p.m. And the reason why I mentioned the date and the time is because what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about my beloved Liverpool and more importantly, the 3 contracts that have yet to be signed. Now, I must admit, way back on the 1st of December, I thought to myself, there is no way that Liverpool Football Club would not get any of these contracts done. I think most people thought that at least Virgil van Dijk and or Mo Salah would be sorted by now. And if I'm being completely honest, it's really, really scary, the thought that in less than 24 hours, these players are going to be able to negotiate with foreign clubs and leave Liverpool for free. Right, let's talk about how we got here, okay? Because a lot of people are saying it's really bad of the club. Now, actually, if you think about it, Jurgen Klopp hasn't helped this situation. Now, before I get a lot of people mention on the comments, you know, about, oh, you can't have a go at Jurgen and sort of stuff. I'm not having a go at Jurgen, all right? Not having a go at Jurgen. I love that man. You know, I remember the day that he announced that he was leaving being absolutely gutted. You know, on the phone to my dad, you know, devastated. You know, I remember watching his farewell, you know, thinking what an incredible man this was and, you know, how lucky we were as a football club to have had Jurgen as our manager. Look, he brought home the Premier League. We've been waiting for that for 30 years. But, rewind, okay? I think Jurgen made his announcement in the sort of November time, okay? So, Trent, Virgil and Salah all had, 18 months or so left on their deal. And that's probably about when you would have started negotiating, new deals. It's probably when you would have started, the process. Or the process may have already begun with the football clubs. 18 months is a long time at that point. There's still, over a year to go. Now, as soon as Jurgen announced that he's going, obviously all the speculation starts going on about the new manager. And the problem is that Jurgen wasn't leaving straight away. Okay, he was leaving in the summer. So a new manager wasn't going to come in until all these players had a year left on their contract. Now, they were sensible. Okay, because nobody, certainly no one on any YouTube channels or pundits or anything like this, maybe some diehard fans may have thought so, but nobody thought that Liverpool would be top of the league at the end of 2024, and looking like they are going to go on and do it, at this point, favourites for the league. No one thought that. And everybody thought that history with Sir Alex Ferguson, history with Arsene Wenger, history would repeat itself. Now, of course, there have been examples where managers have successfully transitioned from legendary managers. Liverpool itself is an example of that tradition, Paisley from Shanks, etc. But the boot room doesn't exist anymore. And we haven't seen it in modern times. And everybody was concerned. Everybody was worried. So it only makes sense that the likes of Salah, Virgil and Trent would all look at that and say, well, hang on a minute. Let's just see how the new manager does. Okay, now, the new manager comes in, all right? And Liverpool don't really sign anyone. Okay, Mamadashvili signs, okay, but he's not coming in till next year. And I think most people looked at it and said, well, do we need a goalkeeper? It certainly wasn't a signing that was going to help us do anything this year, all right? And then we signed Chiesa. Now, Chiesa, great player back in the day, but 10 million, hadn't been playing at Juventus. It was considered a no-brainer transfer, but we didn't get Zubamendi over the line. Now, I think if Zubamendi gets over the line, I think maybe that goes, oh, okay, the club are willing to back this new manager. You know, the club are putting the money where the mouth is. This is a club that will get back to challenging for league titles. And I think when we started the season, I think most Liverpool fans would have said, we'll take top four. All right, we'll take top four. And that's where we were at. Now, all those three players, they've been there, they've done it, they've won the big competitions, okay? And that's where they wanted to be. So Jude Bellingham, Trent has seen him win the Champions League, okay? Win La Liga. He's seen him win the big trophies, okay? The big trophies. So, of course, he's looking over there, and, Jude has been one of his best friends. He's thinking, maybe this is the right time. Maybe with Liverpool on the slight decline, needing a rebuild, needing a reshuffle, maybe the time has come. However, where I think Liverpool have made big mistakes is what's happened since, okay? Now, they're obviously using data and numbers to assess Virgil and Salah. And actually, if you look at Mo Salah, after January sort of time, he has kind of tailed off in the recent years. And actually, if you look at the numbers, I know they showed the numbers on Sky yesterday, there was a drop in Mo Salah. And I think a lot of Liverpool fans were probably thinking that maybe this season might be his last year. And I know there were some that were talking about cashing in on him to Saudi in the previous summer. But then clearly when he starts performing as he is now, okay, and certainly when we see the numbers he's putting out, and already, 20 plus goals and assists this season, you start talking. Now, Virgil, for me, the Rolls Royce of a defender, okay? He has been absolutely integral. He was integral last season, throughout the season, and he's integral again this year. And with Gomez's injury record, gutted to see him go down. Konate's injury record, again, gutted to see him go down in the Champions League. It's crazy. And this is our captain. Virgil should have been done a long time ago. As soon as, we look like we're doing well this season, so end of September, October, it should have been a conversation with Virgil to get it sorted. And the thing is, look, I'm not a football agent. I'm not in football. I don't know, exactly how these things work. But there's a negotiation going on. And Virgil and Salah, as well as they're playing, their bargaining chip is just going up and up and up and up. But why are Liverpool being so stubborn? Because actually, looking at this, how much money is it going to cost to replace Virgil van Dijk? How much money is it going to cost to replace a Mo Salah? Not more than what they're asking. And actually, you secure the future of the football club by getting these players signed. Players will want to come to Liverpool to play with Virgil van Dijk, to play with Mo Salah. Players who we're talking about as Premier League greats, not just Liverpool greats, Premier League greats. These players are in the debates for best ever. So we had to get these sorted. And it actually makes me feel a little bit sick to think that, tomorrow morning, Real Madrid will come calling for Trent. And look, I think Trent is gone. I think Trent is gone, and I'll come to him in a minute. But anybody could come in for Van Dijk. Anybody. A foreign club. Who's to say that, a Real Madrid don't come in for Virgil? Who's to say that a Barcelona, and I know they can't sign anybody with Dani Olmo, but, who's to say that some of these clubs don't come in and don't make a big money offer for Virgil? And that turns his head. I think for Liverpool's title bid, what would really, really help is to stop all this talk. Get these players signed. And it's so frustrating why this hasn't happened. Now, I saw tweets last night that apparently Virgil and Salah are expected to stay. So why is it not done now? What an amazing New Year's present that would be if tonight they both signed the contract. It's not going to happen. And we've run a huge, huge risk because January the 1st is here tomorrow and those players can negotiate with foreign clubs. Huge mistake. Now, Trent. I love Trent. Okay? What Liverpool fan doesn't? He's won it all, okay, with us. Boyhood hero. And look, if I could sit down with Trent, I would give him the same speech that apparently Klopp has given to him, that he gave to Coutinho before he left. Go and become another faceless cog, or stay and they build you a statue. Look, it's different than McManaman. It's different than Owen. He's won it all. He helped us get the Premier League, okay? He's won us the Champions League. I get it. Madrid. God, if you've been to Madrid, you know that is a lure in itself. Spain. That white shirt, when that white shirt comes calling, it's so, so hard to turn down. I mean, first of all, it always baffles me when, I see these obvious tweets where it says that the player and his agent are already negotiating and having informal chats. I'm pretty sure those aren't supposed to start till January the 1st. Now, I know it happens, but it is still tapping up, isn't it? I mean, I know Liverpool aren't going to go and report Real Madrid for it, but, clearly there's been conversations. Clearly it's happening. But, look, I think he's gone. And, I wish him all the best. No player is bigger than the club. The club will always move on. I was gutted when we lost Torres. I was gutted when we lost Gerrard. I was gutted when we lost Suarez. There's always another. But wow, we will miss him. We will miss his passing range from deep. Any club would. But yeah, I think he's gone. I didn't buy into this whole, chat, celebration. I think Trent is gone. And even if he wasn't, certainly, why have we left it this late? Get the deals done, and why we weren't sitting down and really ironing this out. What do you want? What do you want? And then move heaven on earth to make that happen, okay? Now, look, I'm not saying we should pay these players ridiculous money. I don't for 1 minute think they'd be asking for ridiculous money. But you make it happen. And this playing hardball that seems to be happening, it's only making us look bad. So that's my thoughts, okay? January the 1st, tomorrow. And honestly, I'm absolutely gutted because I thought at least one would be done. And look, I love where we are in the league. I love our league position. But this is the sort of stuff that could derail a season very, very quickly. January's coming around. The transfer window's open. Is that going to put players off coming to us, knowing that these three could well depart? What does it say to the other players? I'm not happy. Big, big, big concerns ahead for Liverpool Football Club. And it personally makes me very sad. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you think that all three will go? Do you think just Trent? And what do you think of how the club have handled it? Do you agree with my statement that as much as Jurgen has left us with this fantastic team that is doing so well, Jurgen shares a little bit of the blame in this with his announcement and the timing of it? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And I will see you guys in 2025. Have a fantastic new year. And I hope 2025 is filled with everything that you want and need.